Admittedly, I'm a bit late, but the FPS skins update is finally out and we have stuff to talk about. I'm gonna add a few things that were also included in subsequent patch notes, so here we go. So with the release of the skins update and a couple patch updates, we have a grand total of 19 new skins in the game, which is mostly obtained via Delta Shards, as previously stated in an older video. With that being said, let's talk about the skin shop itself. The skin shop has been reworked, allowing for players to actually purchase different skins instead of having to get event badges or game passes, for instance. It comes with a search bar just in case you somehow can't find a specific skin. I can see this being useful sometime in the future, but for now you'll probably won't use it that much because there's not that many skins to go through. But either way, it's still a nice feature to have. Speaking of which, are you curious what skins got added in this update and patch updates? Well, here we go, here's a list.
Ready? Miku Miku! You are cooked.
You failed.
I always come back. You should be grateful.
Let me crawl inside you.
Alright, that ate like 4 minutes of the video's time, so anyways, so of course, some might be wondering how to obtain the Delta Shards required for the skins, in which this is where the bullies sorta come in. Inside of the skin shop area, you can find a quest board located nearby the bullies. The quests themselves have 3 difficulties and each of them give their own respective amounts of Delta Shards. You can have 1 hard quest and 2 intermediate quests at the same time, 1 hard quest and 2 easy quests at the same time, or 1 hard quest, 1 intermediate quest, and 1 easy quest at the same time. If you don't like the quest, or if you don't want to wait through the entire reset timer, you can spend in-game points or Robux in order to skip or refresh it. Easy quest gives 60, intermediate gives 90, and hard quest gives 120. Delta Shards themselves function like any other currency in any other game, that being they can be used to buy skins and are also permanent unlike points. The amount of Delta Shards that you have can also be seen both in the game menu and in the skin shop. Aside from quests, Delta Shards can be bought with Robux if you're lazy like me and can't really be bothered to grind for a skin that you want. You can also earn 10 Delta Shards for surviving a round, so that's something to take note of course. Now, as a bonus for the most part, completing 5 quests of the same difficulty will award you a Roblox badge. They're pretty self-explanatory, so I won't go too in-depth with it. There's 3 badges for all 3 difficulties if you need to know that, I guess. This update has also given Miss Bloomie a few new changes, and well, we will start with the small changes before discussing her brand new ability. A quick but somewhat important thing to mention is the fact that Miss Bloomie's maximum blade ammo is now 8 instead of 7, allowing you to miss 1 more additional shot. Don't worry, I miss my shots as well, even when the student is standing perfectly still. This is for mobile players, but you're now able to reload by pressing the attack or M1 button instead of having to do a convoluted press the aim button. Hopefully it makes the mobile player experience less painful to deal with. Anywho, Bloomie's long-awaited chemistry ability has finally released alongside the skins update, and it's a range or throwable ability. Upon throwing it, the potion will shatter and leave behind a giant puddle. Hitting a student directly with the chemistry ability will deal 20 damage. For Bloomie, the puddle doesn't actually do anything negative to her, but for students however, if they were to step in it, they will be unable to sprint or jump as long as they are in the puddle. This allows for Bloomie to shoot the students if they haven't gotten out of the puddle in time. But of course, you can do whatever you wish to do with it because it is your game. After all, it's your playstyle. Welp, goddammit. Looks like the badge name is staying like this. Anyways, this badge can be obtained as Miss Bloomie by finishing off a student with the chemistry ability, which, once again, does 20 damage if you hit a player with it. With the main skin stuff out of the way, let's now talk about the other additions or changes that came alongside this update and other patch updates, shall we? Inside of the game menu, there are now 2 new teleport buttons that allow you to easily warp to the item shop in the cafeteria and the skin shop in the storage room. These buttons have a short cooldown after being pressed, and they are also disabled during nighttime. You tried, Bill. A feature that some might immediately find upon entering the game is the fact that the generator rooms are now locked during daytime and nighttime. The rooms only open whenever a blackout happens, in which the game does actually tell you that, so yeah. Since we are on the topic of doors, I'm going to slide this part in really quickly because I'm aware the name of this section is a bit strange. When I say daytime doors, I mean that the doors get repaired or healed once the round ends, also known as when daytime starts. And by health regen, I mean your health gets regenerated once the round ends, you know? Are you tired of always getting a teacher that you don't even enjoy playing? The teacher preference system or the teacher favorite system will allow you to select any of the 3 teachers, or just choose random. Do take note that if multiple players have the same teacher preference, the game will look for the one who has the higher teacher chance. To reset it back to random, just click the reset button right next to it. Feeling generous? You can now give other players game passes and also developer products. There's nothing really else to elaborate on other than the fact that the player who you want to give a Game Pass or developer product to must be in the same server as you. Personally, something that I won't use much, but I know there'll likely be some people using this either way. I'm referring to the new Keybinds feature, which allows players to select specific keys as their input. I'm more than certain that only PC and console players have access to this feature, since mobile doesn't really need this feature in the first place. You're pressing buttons after all. So, with the patch update that came after the skins update is Miss Circle's new Enraged animations, mostly just idle and walking. Attack and lunge animations are admittedly a bit goofy currently, but will likely get changed soon, maybe. These animations are on all Miss Circle skins, if I'm not mistaken. Since we're on the topic of Miss Circle, a bit of a buff for Miss Circle, I guess, is the fact that Alice now gets highlighted in failure mode. This makes fighting her during failure mode less annoying since, well, there is red static all over your screen and that's pretty annoying to deal with normally without highlights. Mr. Abbie has also been given new animations for idle, swing, and failure mode. Nothing else to really elaborate on other than the fact that the Blue model animations will be made in a later update or so.
You failed.
This video is already pretty long, but this is just gonna be a quick thing. Some Alice skins have been updated and given custom spike models, VFX, and teleport effects, which I will now promptly show. A new feature that is likely to address the entire Thavel is useless against Alice thing is the fact that Thavel's Pounce can now stun Alice for a bit. Now this also stuns Thavel in the process, so if you're doing this solo, you're practically a sacrificial lamb. Or in this case, a deer, a sacrificial deer. Obviously, this has no effect on Alice's phase 2. Not really sure if anyone is curious about hearing this, but the Dizzyness effect, that being the camera shake thing whenever you are at low stamina, has been changed for teachers. It has been buffed from 35 stamina to 10 stamina, so that's cool, I guess. Now that the skins update is out, the community can now be preoccupied with grinding for skins for the most part, and also grinding for that. Oh god, no. That being said though, the developers can now finally start working on the student overhaul update, which will also help the game out a lot because the student gameplay right now is fucking boring.